All right, Grenada, Carrico, and PT Montic and the rest of the world, I'd like to officially welcome you to another Mikey Live program. I am your host, Mikey Hutchinson, and we are coming to you live from the Spice Isle of the Caribbean. And of course, the pleasure is all mine to be here with you for another day, of course, to talk to you about what's making the news here in Grenada and other parts of the Caribbean and the world. Remember, this is news discussed, not told, so we are here to discuss the news. Let's take a look at the headlines and see what's happening there. In the headlines, Grenada partners with the ARC Plus rally as Caribbean destination for 2021 fleet as well. Chester Humphrey wants teachers to understand government's predicament, and that's relating to the 4% salary increase. The GHTA to launch a vaccination public education campaign. We'll talk to you more about that. And as well, a Grenadian was killed in an elevator accident in Brooklyn. We'll talk about that. And here's what we found out through a news item today, or several news items, that fully vaccinated people can gather without masks. And that's according to the CDC. And Jamaica sees new record high of COVID-19 cases in 24 hours. So we have these and more to talk to you about when we return on tonight's Mikey Live program. Folks, we are also very grateful that you are here with us. Thank you very much. We want to say thank you to also the business entities who sponsor our headlines. And those are Real Value IGA Supermarket, the Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Coach Grenada Limited, the Housing Authority of Grenada, the Ministry of Health. We want to say thank you, Digicel and Nawasa as well. Thank you so much for sponsoring our headlines. And folks, we thank you for being with us. Now, when we return from our first break, it will be real news in Audio Lily Lolo. So brace all yourself. Thank you for joining us. Get comfortable. We have a lot of things to tell you about. For those of you who have not yet done so, what we want you to do is share the program so that other people will know that we are live. Go ahead and share the business. Come on, it doesn't cost anything. We'll be back.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
How about things?
Hey, Daisy.
Yeah.
Boy, line boy, your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016, or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen at the best price. We offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit or call us today for 143114-232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Feel good facts.
Avoid the most common causes of spreading the flu. Cover your coughs and sneezes with a tissue, dispose of it straight away, and either wash your hands or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer.
Are you prepared for the hurricane season? Do you have a plan? Remember, water is essential in any emergency plan. Determine your family's water needs. Ensure your storage containers are full grade and store at minimum 35 gallons of water per person per day for at least 1 week. Understand that your planning may be different this year because of the need to protect yourself and others from COVID-19. Take the necessary actions to ensure that your household has an adequate stored water supply should there be an interruption. Be prepared. NAWASA, committed to meeting customers' needs.
All right, family, and welcome back to tonight's program. Those of you who are just joining us, you missed the intro. We want to say thank you. We appreciate you. First things first, we would like to wish all women on our program tonight happy World Women's Day. Of course, it's a day that we recognize your contribution, the strides that you have made. Maybe it was just about 15, 20 years ago when it would be unusual to have so many women taking up roles, leadership roles in so many different sectors of society. Today, we can, be more comfortable to know that the world is more accommodating to women and appreciative of their skills and abilities, and providing opportunities for these women to at least reach their full potential. Here, we would like to wish every woman of age, doesn't matter color, class, religion, happy World Women's Day to you. God bless you, and we hope to see you continue to make strides in, again, all sectors throughout our society. The National Water and Sewage Authority, NAWASA, advises consumers in Belmont, Callaloo, Upper Ahoma, and surrounding communities in the parish of St. Andrew and St. Patrick that you will be experiencing an interruption in your supply 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Tuesday, March 9th, that's tomorrow. You are therefore encouraged to collect and store water in clean covered containers prior to the interruption in your water supply. Now, please also be advised that although the system will be reopened at 3 p.m., some consumers in elevated areas may not receive your supply until 2 hours after the scheduled restoration period. Now, the authorities say they'd like to apologize for any inconveniences caused, but would like to thank you for your understanding and patience as they work towards the delivery of a safe, adequate, and reliable water supply. Now, Pure Grenada, the spice of the Caribbean, is proud to partner with the World Cruising Club to host the 9th annual ARC Arc Plus Rally this year. This world-class sailing event is already fully booked, they say, with 100 boats set to depart Las Palmas de Gran Canaria, on Sunday, 7th November, to Grenada's beautiful Camper and Nicholson Port Louis Marina. Now, the event in Grenada will allow for a more relaxed, enjoyable experience with greater camaraderie for the arriving crews, as well as a diverse experience to choose from. This is going to be good, and of course, I think it's going to be a great experience for us and for the people who are coming into Grenada. All right, audio, the next thing we have to tell all about the Promoters Association. They say they want to have a meeting tomorrow, the Grenada Promoters Association. And so they are inviting all their members, promoters, and persons affiliated with the entertainment industry to a meeting that will be held tomorrow, Tuesday, March 9th. And that will be at 5 p.m. at the Junior Murray Royal Lewis stand. Now, the following areas are to be discussed. This all here small man in the background. Small man getting west today. No? All right. The following areas are to be discussed. We're talking about informing attendees on the steps that they are taking thus far in bringing back the entertainment industry to some state of normalcy. Also, to discuss strategies and responsibilities as they plot the way forward for the entertainment sector. And they say that they will discuss raising awareness and their media strategy and any other business. And they say that they wanted to urge every promoter to make a special effort to attend this meeting. And they say that is because key issues will be addressed. All right. Good. We're moving on. Earlier, the next thing that we have to tell you about by the Grenada Hotel and Tourism Association, they say that they will be providing a public education campaign in the coming weeks, and that is to support the Ministry of Health's vaccination efforts. Now, the GHTA realizes, they say, that increased education regarding the pros and cons of vaccinations, as well as being able to dispel myths and misconceptions is crucial, and that is crucial to raise, they say, public confidence and awareness. Now, according to the Chief Executive Officer of the GHTA, Arlene Friday, she says that there are mixed emotions among frontline tourism workers in regard to taking the vaccine, with some remaining cautious while others are excited to get vaccinated, unquote. She also stated that the more that people are actively engaged and informed, the less skeptical some will be and more likely decide to get vaccinated. Says that we witnessed that as staff have gotten vaccinated and have communicated with their co-workers, there has been an uptick amongst them. Once hesitant, those who were once hesitant, now they are saying that they are more willing to take the vaccine. Now, in this instance, there has been an increase of 85% to 100% of employees vaccinated. As a result, they say they realize that public education is key. Now, members of the Grenada Hotel and Tourism Association are keen on getting their team members back to work and reopen closed hotels. Now, vaccinations provide a solution, they say, to safeguard both tourism workers and the Grenadian community, while also provide a method to restart the tourism industry. Ripple effects will be felt among restaurants, bars, dive shops, and taxi and tour operators, and the overall economy. All right? They say airlines may one day require proof of COVID-19 vaccinations and may be the way of the future. As Grenadians, we must therefore get better educated and prepared, they say. All right, so that's from the Grenada Hotel and Tourism Association. You know what I mean? So I also understand that there are some people in the medical industry who are also expressing skepticism as it relates to being vaccinated. You understand? And across all sectors. You know, and one of the things you hear people saying is that they want more information about it so that they can make an informed decision. You know? Anyway, Lately that talk day. Speaking of vaccination, in fact, they will be doing vaccinations in the heart of the city, right? And we are talking about the Esplanade Mall. They'll be there for 2 weeks, and persons can be vaccinated as of tomorrow at that location, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. daily. Again, the Esplanade Mall, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. I think more down to the cruise ship side down there, with the terminal side down there, right? So 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. daily for 2 weeks, Esplanade Mall. And they say anybody could come and get vaccinated. All COVID-19 protocols will be followed. They say all you need to do is to walk with a valid picture ID. That is a company ID, NIS, driver's license, or your passport. So go ahead and spread the word around, right, that they will be doing that. I think also they were doing vaccinations in St. David today. That is the health center in St. David. I'm not sure if they'll be there tomorrow, but I'll find out. But yes, boy, so they are offering it to anybody. They're not turning you away, yeah? Olio, Chester Humphrey wants teachers to understand the predicament that the government is in. Now, I think he was on the Bob Report program. He was saying that, it is not very easy of a situation that the government is being faced with, and says that in the interest of good, your brothers surviving this pandemic, those who are employed and so be a little more accommodating and allow the government to assist others in the meantime. That's kind of like the gist of what he was saying.
But I'm saying to you that based on fundamental principles of solidarity, if an employer says to you, in the context in which we are speaking, and in the context in which this is unfolding, that look, my revenue has been cut substantially, right? I have obligations that I must meet, not by virtue of the fact that I have a legal compulsion to help these people, but morally, they are citizens. They are looking towards the state for help in a very grave situation. All I'm asking you to do is to hold a while. I will pay you. It's not that I won't pay you. I think that that's listen to me. I think that that's a reasonable request. And if I was still in the trade union movement, I would go to my members and persuade them to go along with that request. And I'm saying to you, there is a sufficiency of good reason. Is a sufficiency of good reason to give the employer the break which the employer is seeking, because the employer is not seeking that break. Let me say something to you. Between 2008 and 2013, not a single cent in increase was paid to public officers. There was no demonstrations on the streets. There were no picketings. There were no placards. Not a single cent of increase was paid. From 2013 to 2018, over $110 million was paid out to public officers, right? Not only this, the state gave up significant revenue, because today, if you are receiving severance pay, you pay not a cent in income tax, because I was able to negotiate and get the government to amend the income tax law to remove income tax. And let me tell you, remember, everything over $60,000 is 30%. So in the case of a LIAT worker who have been working 32 and 33 years, if they were to get severance pay and the law was still in existence, that worker can be expected to pay the state all up to $90,000 in income tax. The state gave up that money back to the workers. Yes? And I am saying to you that it is reasonable. It is reasonable to comply, because in 2008, this current administration was out of office. It was the NDC that was in office. And I showed you what it is I did in practice. In practice, I gave up wage increases that I negotiated in exchange for saving jobs. We have a situation here now where hundreds of workers are without income. Sometimes the entire family has lost both breadwinners. The mother is out of a job, the father is out of a job, and there's no prospect of a job for the child that has just left school. They are looking towards the state. Somebody has to help. And I'm saying, those of you who have a job, those of you who get paid every month at a fixed date every month, right, and get paid, plus you get your increments, all I'm saying to you, it is not unreasonable to give the employer the break that the employer seeks. And I don't care whether that employer is government or private sector, so that that employer can help other workers who are less fortunate and in a more dire situation than you. I think that that is reasonable. It is humane, and I will say so quite openly.
Thank you very much, Chester Humphrey. And yeah, that was him explaining his position on the matter. Now, folks, speaking of position, boy, tomorrow, I think it will, tomorrow, right? Folks from the Public Workers Union, they will be voting for a new executive. We do not know who will be, if there will be a new president, if there will be a new public relations officer, if other positions will become, will now have a new person. I think that there's a lot of interest coming for that particular thing. But let's see what's going to happen. By tomorrow, we're going to know whether or not there's a new president, first vice president, secretary, XYZ. All right, that's from the Public Workers Union. May the best man or woman win. You know, usually it's all about friendship and thing. In a lot of elections, it's about friendship. They don't care how the positions are manned after that. Man just want to see the partner, the bedjin or the sister, hold a particular position at the expense of the full functioning, or the proper functioning of these organizations. Not particularly them, but in a lot, you'll find that that's what happened. They clicking, you know, because they want that friend to beat somebody else. Anyway, let's leave that talk there. We are moving on. No, only another serious problem. A Grenadian boy lost his life in a freak accident. Oh gosh, but not ready for you yet. So my body was toasty. You understand? In a freak accident, an elevator accident, boy. You know, in the U.S. This man on your screen, very sad circumstances. A building worker. They say that he was trying to retrieve a tenant's cell phone and was crushed to death by the elevator. Understand? They say the incident happened at around 1:15 p.m. in an apartment building on Parkside Avenue, near Flatbush Avenue. You understand? According to the Department of Building and Police, Assistant Superintendent Kenny Lessie is a 64-year-old and a tenant. They entered the elevator machine room in the basement, and that was to find a cell phone that had apparently fallen down the shaft. They say that the elevator was in the basement at the time, but was then called to another floor, at which point Leslie was caught, you know, in the moving heist, the ropes and stuff like that. You understand? And you know the device that circulate like this thing, gay said caught in that way. You know? And he ended up being crushed. You see, a 36-year-old tenant tried to help him and also sustained injuries. You know, not life-threatening injuries, but the Grenadian boy, trying to help, end up losing his life. You know? Oh boy, they say that he was a good man. And evidence of that is the fact that he died trying to help a tenant. They say Leslie had worked in the building for nearly 30 years and took the job after coming to New York from Grenada in 1992. His mourning wife, Allison Williams, said Friday. You know? They say he was just one of those workers who liked to fix things. He thought of everyone first. You know, and despite the risk that he knew was involved in trying to help, he did so anyway and paid with his life for trying to help. You understand? It happens a lot. You ever try to help somebody and then you realize they come back to bite you? You try to help people sometimes, yeah, and the same people end up stabbing you in the back. or the same people vex with you because they come to you for another favor, and because you cannot accommodate that particular favor at that particular time, not that you're not willing, but you're not able at that time and place, they hold you, they vex. They hold you enemy because you cannot accommodate them this time. But they forget all the other times that you've been there for them. All the other times. You climbed mountains. You went through valleys. Yeah? You wrestle with the devil to help them. And the one time they come to you and you can't help them, you're the worst person on the planet. It's what they don't have to say about you. Anyway, lady, that talk. Lady, that talk. You know what I'm saying, all that? And don't tell me nothing about Sheldon Douglas. I don't really know nothing about Sheldon. Not all the beat. Oh God, the boy gets it. Anyway, lady, that talk. Another 400-meter runner from Grenada boy is emerging. Apparently, Zan. And you know, whenever those things happen, we at least would like to give some sort of recognition to them, and we monitor this one on the Today boy. The new Today, another 400-meter runner from Grenada is making a name for himself in the United States. Grenadian athlete Jamali Felix. They say that he ran a lifetime best. Here is that now, 46.63 seconds on March 6th in the United States to become the 2021 NJCAA National Indo Champion in the men's 400. You understand? It's a major Indo meet. They say the man make it. And he's doing well for himself. So what I'm saying is, we got to keep monitoring him. They say before leaving for the United States, he trained with the South City Rising Stars Track Club under the guidance of head coach Lee Coffey, which is based at Tantine in St. George. You understand? Anyway, congrats to him, my brother. You're doing all right. Continue to make your family and yourself proud. We're moving on. How are we looking for time? Oh, yeah. So our COVID-19 status has not really changed in the recent days. Not like that, in no dramatic way. And so the question is being asked, what will happen in the next few months if things remain like that? The fact that Grenadians are not being vaccinated, the fact that the world numbers seem to be going down, well, except in some pockets. And now we'll talk about that just now. That it might be a good time to consider how we are going to celebrate our carnival. That's been a very topical issue for the past week or so. Certainly after the Prime Minister made mention that there will not be any sort of organized carnival celebration. Not saying that there will not be, but it's just not going to be as organized as in the past years. But people want to know to what extent, if ever, if any, would we be celebrating carnival. Of course, let's see. Now, what we understood today is that fully vaccinated Americans, let's talk about that, because that's where we had a specific report coming from. They can gather with other vaccinated people indoors without wearing a mask or social distancing, and that's according to a long-awaited guidance from federal health officials. The recommendations also say that vaccinated people can come together in the same way with people considered at low risk for severe disease, such as the case of vaccinated grandparents visiting healthy children and grandchildren. And so those things have a way of influencing how smaller countries do things. And that is why I'm just reading this for you, because if that's guidelines that they will be following based on recommendations from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, then it may just trickle down to the smaller nations like ourselves. Hence, I thought it necessary to tell you. There's a whole lot on that we've posted on our website. Earlier, the funeral of the late Elvin G. Nimrod, former Deputy Prime Minister, will be held on Friday, March 12th, at the Lauriston Mini Stadium. That's at Carriacou. Mr. Nimrod, who served as the as the parliamentary representative for Carriacou and Petit Martinique for 19 years, will be given an official funeral. Some elements of an official funeral include representation by a uniformed unit of the Royal Grenada Police Force and attendance by government officials. In preparation for Friday's funeral, Mr. Nimrod's body will be transported on Wednesday, March 10th from Grenada to the sister isle of Carriacou. In keeping with a direct request by a member of the family, there will be no public viewing. However, parliamentarians were afforded a private viewing of their former colleague last Friday. We are moving on. How are we looking for time? Audio. What's breaking the internet? What's breaking the internet? Can anyone tell me without me saying what is breaking the internet? Meghan, Harry, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, has said that there were concerns within the royal family about her baby's skin tone. And her husband, Prince Harry, condemned his relatives for failing to criticize colonial undertones in media coverage that happened in a series of damning and disturbing claims that speaks of racism, scandals, etc., within the royal family. The royal family as an institution is under the microscope currently as a result of damning claims that were made by Harry and Meghan. Only watched the business last night. Jen, better than a movie. All sorts of claims were made. All sorts of claims were made. And then Piers Morgan and them go on TV and asking individuals whether or not the royal family display any form of racism. That is like the dumbest thing I've ever seen. No, listen, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in a long time. So one man or two people give an experience, and then they bring another two people to contradict what two people say. Well, your word is as good as mine. You're asking people about their personal experience. That cannot validate a fact. It cannot validate a fact. All it can do is speak to one's experience, not a fact. So they go there and they bring me Solia because I'm Solia and I was disappointed in them trying to get my Solia mixed up in them kind of politics. But I don't expect anything different from what he said. Why? Because he's like an ambassador for the family. Is me Solia? No, they endorse him. I mean, let's be real. Anybody endorse anybody and things like that, you know? Me ain't coming and say nothing bad about you. And I'll try as much as I can to be polite. But then you ask the man about his experience. Why are you going to ask the man that? Don't put the man in that kind of business and then kind of compromising. Get somebody else. Eh? Don't come and call him Virgin from Grenada. You have all the people you could call to ask them kind of question. Eh? You pull out the man in a little thing, drinking a little, you know, cool it and thing and chilling out in a little house with the family and thing to ask him that on TV. And making people vex with him, man. You understand? Don't do that again, eh? Don't bring with people in and kind of melee. Find somebody else to talk on all the behalf. Don't come and, you know what I mean? Eh? Leave the man alone, yeah? Eh? Calling the man. The man know about the man. Listen, look here. Anyway. So, Mr. B. Harry went on and he spoke his mind. He spoke, you know, well, he says, well, according to my experience, I never see that. But that is not to say that it doesn't exist. You understand? When Piers Morgan and them go to school, you understand? And the length of which some of us go to prove a point. The people say that they had an experience. Who are we to say otherwise? Who are we? Who are you and I to say otherwise? That's them people experience. You understand? So you could call the whole of England. That doesn't make any difference. If that's what they experience, that's what they experience. It's not rocket science. So, it was a very interesting interview. How that affects the modus operandi of the royal family, time will tell. But they say Harry is definitely Diana's son. We are moving on. How are we looking for time? The next thing we have to tell you about, boy, the story ending where I've been. I want to take a break. Jamaica, final thing, carrying out the time. Jamaica recorded its highest number of daily COVID-19 cases with 723 cases reported within a 24-hour period. Yeah? Within a 24-hour period. 723 cases. One day. And I think they had about 7 deaths. No, that came out in the ministry's latest thing on the weekend. Yeah? Chanu. Oh, you follow do the thing yet. Share the business, the man. All waiting for share the thing, the man. You understand? Share the business. Let people know what the thing going on. You know. Anyway, a lot of the stories that you're hearing here on the program, a lot of them we just post it on our website, Mikey Live, MIKEY, live, live.com. So you can find a lot of our stories there. You can also find these programs, you know, after we finish live and thing, or even while it's showing live, you can go on the page there too, view the program there, or view any of our past programs on there. So you want to share it with people, thing. Also, for persons who want immediate updates, sometimes if something happens, we give the breaking news, WhatsApp. We send out to WhatsApp and then we send it out to Facebook. So some people don't want to, you know, for you to be on Facebook, it might take a little time to get to see the stories and stuff. So what we do is, we put you in a group that there's no chatting in the group, right? And once we have breaking news, we send it out to you, right? So you come pling on your phone and you get that. And people go ask you, well, where you get that news? How come I don't know that? Well, they say, well, I did in Mikey Live group. So that's the idea. And so we are inviting you to join our Mikey Live group too. You can just send us a little message and thing and organize. But here's what we'll do. We'll post the link to the group on our page. We have 9 groups because of so many people. And so we're going to add you to a group. Again, there's no chatting in any of those groups. It's just me sending you the information. All right. So we're going to post that onto our page after the program so that if you have that desire to receive updates, and even when this program comes on, you get a notification on there on WhatsApp just the same. All right. So let me take a little break and thing now, and then we'll come back in a minute, and then we got WhatsApp. We have the national report and the weather. Stay tuned.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business.
For your education.
For your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
We are all essential in the fight against COVID-19.
At Courts, we're doing our part and we encourage you to stay at home, stay safe and shop online at www.shopcourts.com.
For added convenience, our Courts online customers will receive free delivery and get up to 20% off televisions, appliances and homewares. Plus, if you shop with Ready Finance, you will pay nothing down for 60 days. Now, you can stay home, shop online and save.
Remember, do the essential. Wear a mask, wash your hands, practice social distancing, stop the spread.
The various COVID-19 vaccines work differently, but all do the same thing. They stop COVID-19 from making you sick. When someone usually gets sick from a virus, that virus has been able to get into the body's cells and force them to make more of the virus. And until a body has had enough time to make antibodies to fight the virus, that person will stay sick. But when you get a COVID-19 vaccine, it tells your cells to pretend to look like COVID-19 cells. And because your body's defenses think those are COVID-19 cells, even though they aren't, your defenses start preparing antibodies to fight the virus, even though you don't have the virus, and your body won't attack your cells that look like COVID-19. Now with your body prepared, if the real COVID-19 virus comes along, your body is ready to stop it right away, so you won't get sick. All because the vaccine prepared your body. So, get your vaccine when it becomes available, so your body is protected.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, they easy?
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call 440-1015 or 440-1016, or check out their website hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Lavish the world's best vodka cocktail.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen at the best price. We offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit or call us today for 14-3114-232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Feel good facts.
Avoid the most common causes of spreading the flu. Cover your coughs and sneezes with a tissue, dispose of it straight away, and either wash your hands or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer.
Are you prepared for the hurricane season? Do you have a plan? Remember, water is essential in any emergency plan. Determine your family's water needs. Ensure your storage containers are food grade and store at minimum 35 gallons of water per person per day for at least 1 week. Understand that your planning may be different this year because of the need to protect yourself and others from COVID-19. Take the necessary actions to ensure that your household has an adequate stored water supply should there be an interruption. Be prepared. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Anywhere at any time and have it delivered to you right here in Grenada at yogo.gd.
GHTA president pleased with increased number of hotel industry employees being vaccinated. Details to this story and more in the National Report. Welcome back. With the details to the news for Monday, March 8th, 2021, I am Sherry-Ann Noel. President of the Grenada Hotel and Tourism Association, Leo Gabot, MBE, says while the turnout of hotel sector employees to be vaccinated was initially low, he is pleased with the response to the government initiative. During an interview with the Government Information Service on Monday, Gabot said there was some apprehension at the start, but there has been a significant shift in attitude since employees began sharing their stories.
Lots of our team members have been vaccinated, and as they've been vaccinated, they're talking to their friends, and their friends saying, well, this is a good thing. The uptake we've got in some hotels is as low as 40% and as high as 80%. So we're going in the right direction.
Getting vaccinated and adhering to protocols is key if the industry is to reopen and Grenada is to return to a state of normalcy. Gabot says stringent policies must be implemented to keep the economy afloat.
We need to be in a situation whereby we can open the hotels. The only way we can open the hotels is by planes flying here. So one of the great indications is that we've now agreed protocols with the Ministry of Health and Sandals, and we've got that going in the right direction, and Sandals are opening at the end of this month. I think that's like the cork in the bottle. So once the planes come in and they're filling Sandals, and Sandals have got a fantastic organisation when it comes to their sales and their sales and marketing, so they'll run good occupancies, and that means the rest of us can open up.
He adds that individuals should be responsible in their decision-making, taking into consideration what's happening in neighbouring islands.
In Grenada, we've looked after ourselves. So the rollout here is an endorsement of what has happened previously. We need to protect ourselves. We need an insurance policy, and the insurance policy is the vaccine. Everything starts with a vaccine. So we want to get back to work, get vaccinated. We want the aircraft to come in, get vaccinated. We want to be with no curfew, get vaccinated. We all need to be vaccinated.
So far, over 5,000 Grenadians have received their first dose of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine. Moving along, the funeral of the late Elvin G. Nimrod, former Deputy Prime Minister, will be held on Friday, March 12th at the Lauriston Mini Stadium. Mr. Nimrod, who served as a parliamentary representative for Carriacou and Petit Martinique for 19 years, will be given an official funeral. Some elements of an official funeral include representation by a uniformed unit of the Royal Grenada Police Force and attendance by government officials. In preparation for Friday's funeral, Mr. Nimrod's body will be transported on Wednesday, March 10th from Grenada to sister island of Carriacou. In keeping with a direct request from a member of family, there will be no public viewing. However, parliamentarians were afforded a private viewing of their former colleague last Friday. Mr. Nimrod's funeral will include tributes delivered by Prime Minister Dr. the Right Honourable Keith Mitchell, current parliamentary representative for Carriacou and Petit Martinique, Honourable Kindra Matruin Stewart, and Minister responsible for climate resilience and the environment, Senator the Honourable Simon Steele. The general public is advised that the COVID-19 protocols will be strictly observed. The number of attendees will be limited given the reduced capacity of the venue due to the 3 feet physical distancing. Masks must be worn by all attendees. Sanitizing stations will be set up and contact tracing information will be recorded both manually and through the web-based app. The funeral will begin at 12 noon, followed by interment at the Brunswick Cemetery, according to Anglican rites. The proceedings will be broadcast live on GIS Television Channel 22 and streamed on the GIS Facebook page and YouTube channel. As a mark of respect in honor of the late Elvin Nimrod, government offices in Carriacou will be closed at 12 noon on Friday. Additionally, all national flags will be flown at half-mast on the day of the funeral. This is the National Report. More news after the break.
Are you gonna wear your mask today? You see everywhere you go, there are rules you got to follow, so don't you say COVID-19 will delay. Take the opportunity to save your community. Don't be that guy, put a mask on your face if you're heading outside. It's your life, my life, more lives will be taken if we don't try. If you feel any symptoms, call the hotline. Stay inside until you feel fine. 6 feet away every day. Keep COVID-19 far from away. Keep Grenada safe. Be COVID-19 smart.
Welcome back. International Women's Day is celebrated on March 8th every year, symbolic of the historic journey women around the world have taken to better their lives. The theme for this year's observance is Women in Leadership Achieving an Equal Future in a COVID-19 World. Comes as a reminder that while a lot has been achieved, the journey continues with much more to be done. Minister for Social Development, Housing and Community Empowerment, Honorable Delma Thomas, in an address to the nation to mark the occasion, says the theme chosen is truly fitting, as our women have been at the forefront in the fight against COVID-19.
It is time to finally fully harness the power of women's leadership to realize an equal, more inclusive, and more sustainable future. Here in Grenada, too many of our women are still victims of gender-based violence. In the year 2021, we still have too many horror stories and too many instances of society looking the other way rather than helping those victims. In the workplace, though by law we have instituted equal pay for equal work, there are still too many instances where our women are being undervalued. Indeed, there is a lot to be achieved in the COVID-19 world. However, as the minister responsible for the Ministry of Social Development, Housing and Community Empowerment, we have already begun the journey to make this a reality for the citizens of the tri-island state of Grenada, Carriacou and Petit Martinique.
Prime Minister Dr. the Right Honourable Keith Mitchell also joined in extending best wishes to women, saying his reflection on the theme brings to mind strong transformational leadership, which continues to leave an indelible mark from which women can draw valuable lessons.
There is still a lot of work to be done to ensure that our women and girls are valued as provided for in the Sustainable Development Goal SDGs. Women's voices are critical to the nation's progress, and so today, on the occasion of International Women's Day, I recognize the contributions made by female leaders, not just in politics and government, or as business executives, but also in our homes, in villages and communities, working miracles every day to care for families, being the glue that keeps us all connected.
President of Soroptimist International Grenada SIG, Loris Pascal, during GIS Spice Morning program on Monday, said there is indeed much to celebrate and highlighted one of the focus events in observing International Women's Day in Grenada.
The Cocoa-Tea Talk is all about your consciousness and your awareness. You know, the experience can make you hard, brittle, and bitter. We're saying, look at your experience and change it. Why don't you be the agent of change? You have experienced it. You know what it feels. I can only speak about it from the outside, but you have experienced it. Why not use your voice? Use your voice to tell women about this. Use your voice to make the policy change. Use your voice for the legislative change. That's what the Cocoa-Tea Talk is all about. Okay.
During the month of March, a club will also be chartered in the parish of St. Andrew, headed by Dr. Decima Williams. And finally, Permanent Secretary with responsibility for hospital and community health services within the Ministry of Health, Hannah Julian St. Paul, says government through the Ministry of Health has addressed the subject of diagnostic services at the Princess Alice Hospital. P.S. Julian St. Paul says while a technician has been hired and is now on the island, they are working to get the maintenance technical team into Grenada to service the machines.
In November of 2020, our ultrasound tech would have resigned. And as a result, we had to replace that officer. We have since gotten a replacement. The person is presently in quarantine, is an island. And from quarantine, and the 14 days has been exhausted, we can commence and renew service at Princess Alice for ultrasound. With the X-ray, we are limited now to doing limbs. However, that machine has been giving a bit of challenge, and we have been trying to work with the contractor, the service provider, for that machine for some years. But the company has some challenges, and that is why we continuously have some challenge. So it's not that we are not working on it. I think we are limited from where we stand.
P.S. Julian St. Paul says the company has already received monies due for servicing that bit of equipment, but due to COVID-19 and border closures, there are some delays.
We are trying to access another technician to come in, but we are again restricted based on the COVID and border closure from England and Trinidad and the United States sometimes. So that is what is kind of causing the hiccup with us not getting that machine repaired.
The recent arrival of 20 medical personnel from Cuba is another indication, P.S. Julian St. Paul says, that shows the government is committed to improving on the health services offered at Princess Alice Hospital and other government-run health facilities across the island.
This would help us to improve our service. It would build our capacity in different areas because we are getting some additional specialists. We are also getting some lab technicians, and we know over the last few months we've been challenged with the lab because of the increase in the amount of testing that we are doing, the additional COVID testing and so the staff there have really been trying hard, but we are really hoping that that quarantine period can end so that we can give them some sort of relief with the additional personnel. We also would have recruited 8 additional doctors a couple of months ago. And these doctors is not only placed at the general hospital. The 8 doctors are being placed within hospital services. So when we say that we recruit persons or we are doing things within hospital services, it does not mean general hospital. It means all of the hospitals. So Princess Alice, we have Mongay Hospital, General Hospital, Princess Royal, and Richmond Home. They are all part of hospital services.
And with that story, we come to the end of the National Report for Monday, March 8, 2021. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Sharian Noel, thanking you for viewing.
All right, thank you guys. We have for you right now the weather. It's expected to be generally fair, becoming partly cloudy at times with few brief showers possible. Tonight's minimum 24.5 degrees Celsius, winds east northeasterly to easterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour. Seas moderate to rough, waves 6 to 8 feet in northerly to northeasterly swells. A marine advisory is in effect. And I want to pick up a few people on the program before we wrap. Cynthia is with us, Doris is with us, Yvonne is with us, Ezran is with us, John is with us, Rolanda is with us, my mom, Lintona. Did I say Zaka is with us as well? Ezran, as usual. Samantha is with us as well. And Cassie, as usual. And Shum, and Shamaine Bihari. Hi, Avril and Angel, Hazel, Kimo, Osric, Judy, and everyone else. Yes, I see my sister and mom, Yvonne, and Sandra, Kenny, and Shireen. Who else is with us tonight? Vicky, Deborah, Eunice, and everyone else. Thank you. Samson, Joycelyn, thank you for watching as well. All right, guys, so take care. We're going to touch base tomorrow, God's willing. Rayburn, what's going on? All right. Ansha and Joycelyn is with us, and Meryl and Miss McQueen and Zilon and Patty. And Teresa is with us. And those of you who are there but not saying anything, we'd like to say thank you for watching as well. And we look forward to having you tomorrow, God's willing, same time, same place, right here on Mikey Live. Those of you who are tuned in on YouTube, we want to say thank you for being there as well. And we look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, God's willing, just the same. Take care. Have a good one. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we all say, ja! No, all the best.